Yo, hello guys, so today I'm going to share how to use the Christmas tree with white midfielder. So basically you can use this formation 4-3-2-1 here, then bring out the 2 CMF wide to make them LMF and RMF. This is suitable for long ball counter. You can also use them as CMF. I actually have posted this video previously with this Christmas tree, the normal one, 4-3-2-1 here with CMF. I think it works quite well too, but with this, what I try to do is with this LMF or RMF being wide here, it gives space for you to cut inside here and then give a pass across to the other side. So it just makes things a bit less compact during your attack. Okay, I also have defensive instruction on the DMF here because he's not anchorman. Because I'm not using any defensive instruction on the fullback, so at least 3 players you want during defense, so either use anchorman or defensive instruction on your DMF. You can also put DMF on your fullback if you want, but in my opinion it's better to have some support. If you want to, I don't know, it's better. I think it's better to have a normal fullback. And then depending on the opponent's formation, you want to mark the player. With 3 midfielder, center midfielder, I usually mark the offensive midfielder, in this case the 2 CMF instead of the DMF there. So Sorak and Goodwin. So Sorak on the right side, I use the AMF to mark them, so kind of like pushing them down during defense, the AMF, instead of kind of staying forward. So give them some job to do. Okay, if they play with like 4-4-2 or 4-2-4 with only 2 CMF, then I mark that white midfielder or winger with this white midfielder with Bruno and Otavio here. Okay, and yeah, I think that is it. For the CF, you want to use a goal poacher, which I think is the most effective. Deep playing forward can work, but goal poacher is the better one in my opinion. You want to give that through ball during the counter attack. And for this AMF, you definitely want to use a creative playmaker. Whole player can work, but in my opinion, creative playmaker is the best one. If you use like a box-to-ball orchestrator, they kind of stay in the middle here. With creative playmaker, they kind of go to the left or right sometimes, so it gives you some flexibility for your passing option. Okay. For your RMF, LMF, just use someone who is quite fast. This Bruno here is not that fast, but at least can cross if we need to. We are using Alvaro Morata here, can head the ball. Savio here is decent enough, 92 dribbling, speed is okay, but ideally you want someone fast. Alright, I think that should be it. Main idea is to go from side to side, from the wider area, then go to the other side. Okay. Let's see if you go to the right side here. Oh no. Pressing. If you play against opponent who use red, then you want to use red too. Alright. You can see that there's space in the middle here, right? So that's what you want to do with this tactic. From sides to side. With the midfield a little bit open because your midfielder is going wide instead of staying in the middle. Oh, that's poor pass. Ooh, what a shot! Okay, nice. No worries, it's always like that with legend difficulty. When they play red, they become a bit crazy. It's okay. So they're playing white, so we can play white again. If you want your fullback to push forward higher quicker, then you use red. If not, you use white if you want to be a bit conservative. What's it called? A bit safe during the opponent's counter attack phase. You see there, use your MF as a target to bring your ball forward. So fast they're pressing. Okay. Morata. Right, let's go. Assist. Messi. Okay. This is the legend difficulty event. To score 2 goals and get assists, I think. Alright, defensive wise, you have a lot of players at the back. Only one player at the top, so a bit tough to press up top. So you might want to consider using sub tactic if the opponent plays passing at the back. So at least you can switch. Alright, cross it. Jesus Navas. Ooh. Too slow with the reaction. Get the ball. That's the idea. Oh, go straight back to them. Go through one side. Go switch to the other side. Do cutbacks. Cross the ball. So ideally you want a tall CF too. Because sometimes you want to cross the ball. Okay. You can see there's like space in the middle there, right? Which you can dribble into. Legend difficulty being legend difficulty. And it's a bit tough to dribble because they are too aggressive. Alright. Ah, that's poor pass. Now you can use your AMF as a target there. In the middle. To give a pass. When you cut from inside. Too fast, man. It's kind of tiring to play the game now. So I probably won't play in Division 8. I mean Phase 8. The division. Thinking of retiring. Maybe until they give another patch. Currently it's just not rewarding to play. Alright. Too fast. Recovery. Alright. Something like you can pass like that to the other side. That's a poor pass. Okay. Let's do that again. So this is what I usually do. You know, you can play 1-2 pass with your fullback. You can pass it back to the fullback there. If you cannot, you dribble towards the middle with a space. Okay. You can pass to the DM there. But ideally you want to pass across like that to the AMF. You have been to the AMF there, but it's a bit too close there. Alright. If you play with red, then your white midfielder will be a bit higher, a bit quicker. So you might want to consider that. If you're down, you want to play with red mentality most of the time, I think, if you want to score. So from here, go from side to side for AMF. You can cross or you can cut back. You can see then Neymar making the right side back. You can like turn back and then pass back to him for a curler. This time a good run there, side by Messi. And the cross. Alright, try again. Alright, so you can kind of like wait for the fullback to go forward and cross it inside. What is that header? So you kind of like want to change your attacking style. Don't just do the same thing all over again. Right. You can like go back to the middle here. No. Go back. The 1-2. Alright. Oh, what is that touch? I do want to give the ball back to Bruno for an early cross outside the box. L1 circle. You can see here, because you have 5 players in the middle, a bit tough for them to go through. So you want to like use player in the middle, okay, and then do teammate press to push them wide. Alright, Morata. Neymar, okay. Quite easy to do counter attack with this tactic. Obviously because they're not playing with defensive instruction, only three players at the back. Still okay. But during what's it called, during in a higher division with players playing 4 at the back or 5 at the back, so your counter attack will be a bit less effective. So that's why you want to get this kind of scoreline. So basically most of the time you get like 2, max 3. Alright, from the DMF here, easier for you to pass with the, what's it called, with the 2MF. Here. From the DM here, if you see from this angle. Alright, you have Messi on the downside there. You can see the corner there. You have Neymar, so the angle is better with the 2MF in the middle there. Okay, but I think they are pushing a little bit high to my liking. So maybe if you want, you can like, bring them down. Does it work? So that they won't be that close with the CF. Maybe the space usage is a little bit better. Oh man. Why is there? Ooh, I didn't catch it. Ooh, what a ball, man. What a play. Eesh. So one other thing when playing long ball counter, because you want to like give a long ball, so you want a tall CF to flick the ball. I mean, using a short CF like Romario can work, but I think it's more flexible playing with tall CF. Okay. Alright, here you have the AMF in the middle here. You can do 1-2. But ideally you want to go from sides to sides. Kinda like oh, see, because they're playing red, right? I didn't play red, so my player is not making the run forward. So that's why if the opponents play red, you want to play red, because the movement is weird. They kind of like just stand around. So if you play red too, you kind of like neutralize it. Right, from sides to side, eh? Ah, too fast, man. I have the space, but yes. That's why I like this instead of using the 2CMF, because at least I have just a little bit of space to dribble, because nowadays it's too tough to dribble. You can see very quick. Then oh, alright. Oh, it's assist with Messi. Okay, not bad. You can see here. Alright, with the fullback and the wide midfielder combining, and then which kind of push the defenders wide. Alright, and then you have space in the middle there. Okay, but you can't expect something like this to happen most of the time, but it's good enough in my opinion to get like 1 or 2 goals. And then the defending is solid. That's why I didn't lose during the Division 1 run. Getting into rank 82 with like 35 matches, I think. So not that bad. And that Militao too high. Alright, Messi need to score. Can I do? I don't think the outside player will jump. I think so. I thought so. Okay. I think we need 2 goals, right? With Messi. Declan Rice, no. Okay. If I just switch to keeper, right? Can see Messi dropping down. I don't know what the players dropping down. Let's see that again. Usually AMF they kind of stay a bit high. You can see here Neymar dropping down. He's marking, I think. Yeah, he's dropping. He's marking. He's following the defender. You see Neymar there with the glove. You can see on the left here. Okay, he's just following. Or is it? I'm using him. I don't think so. I didn't follow him until there. Okay. And Messi on the other side. Up there on the left top. Still drop down, but doesn't drop down as much because the opponent is... it still follows the opponent. That's why we want to use the AMF to mark them so that they kind of drop a little bit instead of just staying at the top. Of course, Messi do not have the stamina, so make sure you have subs for him. Yeah, of course. See here, defending is too solid in my opinion in this patch. Oh, PA1! It was supposed to be for the far post. The Boona. Yeah, I need to make subs though. See, Messi no stamina already. But he need to score though. Okay, I'll play another game. Then Cancelo. Alright, marking. Felix. Yeah. Let's stick with Morata.
Substitution on the field. Number 30. Lionel Messi.
Ideally, you want to use a centre back who can pass too, because you kind of want to give a long ball with your centre back.
Number 17. Kevin De Bruyne. Coming on the field. Number 8. João Felix.
Right, so here you kind of want to switch to a sub tactic here, because it's tough to press with like one player. But somehow, oh no, I was too hasty. That control ball first. Oh no, you got it. Yeah, you kind of like go with one person, then switch to the other, then use teammate press, then switch again. I couldn't. That was nice play. Oh no. Very poor pass from Morata. What I don't like about the play switching now is the right stick no longer goes further away. It's a short distance only. You can only switch to the player closest to you. Man, too fast, man. That's why it's so hard to dribble now. Alright, go wide. Back to the middle.
Added minutes has been indicated.
I want to give it to Morata. That's okay. Enough examples, right? You can see here, switching the play from sides to sides. Oh, so long to pass the ball. So reactive, man. You can see I kind of like dribble a bit from wide to the middle, then you can give a pass to the MF on the other side, and then you have the support from the right mid and your other fullback on the other side. So quite good in my opinion. The passing option with the static 7.5, not that bad. You can see the attacking areas there. You can see even though you go to the wider area, but you still want to cut back through the middle there. We didn't play through the middle much, right? If you notice the gameplay itself, most of the time I go through the wider area, but because I cut back inside through the middle, that's why most of the time it will go through the middle there, 50%. Because from the left to right, right to left, yeah. So try this out, let me know in the comment section how well it works for you guys. I think you can use this tactic to get into top 100 because I did it with this. So hopefully you have fun with this, and with that I guess I'll see you guys in the next one.